Hi, Scott here. Hope you had a great weekend. So the final week before Christmas, and it's probably going to get a bit lower liquidity as people take a break after a long year. The market action hasn't been that great recently. It doesn't look that great today, but there are a few setups that I want to show you that they look okay and they may set up nicely. So we have to kind of see how they play out. And I expect that Thursday, Friday this week will be very quiet. So I'll share my screen and I'll show you what I'm seeing. Okay, we'll start the video. Right. So actually I haven't got my my watermark on so you can see what I'm seeing. So look at Aussie yen to start with. Looking pretty good on the daily. It's a nice little trend up to the daily 50. Rejected it well. Two very bearish days to the downside. Now it's kind of hitting a level which may act as some kind of support. We've got, what have we got? It's a little bit lower here, a little bit lower here, but it's level here and about here as well. So maybe that's some kind of level of support. We'll just bear that in mind. Let's go now. Go down to the hourly. That's my watermark on again, just so you can keep track. Now, of course, on my chart here, I have 4 hour, 5 minute, and the 1 hour. We'll just focus on the 1 hour for this analysis. Right, so we have this downtrend we just saw on the daily, and there's a kind of trend line there. We gapped down on the open, it filled that gap. Now we need it to pull back. So the 1 hour 50 is just for a pip stature, seems to be the most obvious thing to me. The 4 hour 50 is quite a way behind us. The 1 hour 50 has got to catch up as well. So that's not likely to play out for another 8-10 hours, I'd expect, for the 1 hour 50 to catch up. Maybe they'll give a nice entry and a quick short play today. The MACD is looking really strong, very bearish. So we'll see how that one plays out. Let's go to Aussie Kiwi. This has been on a downtrend for quite a long time. And let's look at the, all right, so it's very oversold. So probably, there's a MACD divergence here. We can zoom in. See this latest low is very much higher. So it's implying that we're going to turn around sometime. Looking at the hourly chart, we have, the only thing really here would be a pip stature short. But again, the 1 hour 50 is way behind, the trend line's way behind. It seems to have accelerated down away from it, although the MACD is still very strong. So kind of mixed signals there. I don't think the pip stature is really likely to set up because the 1 hour 50 is so far behind. The trend line protection is a little bit questionable as well. We could probably do another trend line here somewhere. But the 1 hour 50 is still way behind. So I've just took myself out of that one. It's too oversold. And the MACD divergence, we don't really want to be taking that short. We'll get rid of that one. Okay, Euro Kiwi, what do we have here? Right, so we've got pretty good price action here. We went up to the daily 50, rejects it strongly, and then straight back down again. Now there's a level here. Quite sure why that's there. I don't think we need that one anymore. Okay, so we are heading out of daily 20, daily 50 zone, which is good. And there's a good possibility of a short play here. Look at the MACD and RSI. All looks pretty good. So looking for a short play. Right, what do we have on the hourly chart? We have rejection of the daily 50 quite clearly. That's this green line here. Rejected that through the hourly 50. Now, let's move it a little bit. So now we have a pretty good lining up here. Euro Kiwi, so there's Kiwi in here, so this can happen in the Asia session. And it pulls back to the 1 hour 50 now. It lines up with the daily pivot. You won't get a pip stature, I think, because of the 4 hour 50 is before your 1-to-1 profit target. But there is an IBOC, it will be, because it's already hit the 4 hour 50. It's an IBOC that pulls back in the next 2 or 3 or 4 hours. It could line up well with the 1 hour 50. and take it down to lows. That's a very nice looking setup. As you can see, it's especially for Euro Kiwi. Euro Kiwi can be a little bit, a bit random-ish, but this seems to be how its mind set on something. Maybe that'll set up nicely. That's looking pretty good. Let's go to pound Kiwi. Pound Kiwi, so it's been going in a sideways range for a fair while, just testing the daily 50 now and again. Now it's rejected it strongly, looking like a bearish day for today. Let's look at the hourly chart, and we can see that very strong rejection, not very nice clean action. It's just been kind of very strong downward bias, but not the best of price action. If we do get a pullback, we can get a pip snatcher short, but the 1 hour 50 is still way behind, so there's a lot of catching up to do. So keep an eye on that one, but I would expect the 1 hour 50 is too far behind. Euro Kiwi looks like a better option to me. I'll put that under secondary. Kiwi Swiss. Okay, Kiwi Swiss, we've had a pullback to the daily 50, pretty much, not quite touched it, but almost, and a very strong rejection. So we're heading back up towards these highs. What do we have on the MACD? RSI is okay. MACD is slight MACD on the latest high, but not that convincing. So maybe we go back up to these highs, go to the hourly chart, and we can see again it's quite a nice bit of price action here. From these lows, a nice run up, and we've broken the 4 hour 50. It's a pullback to the 1 hour 50 in the next few hours. The fib lines up well with the 382 and also with the daily pivot. It won't be a pip snatcher because the 4 hour 50 is in the way, but there could be a nice little, IBOC again, and again it can trade up to those highs, or maybe that resistance level might be a bit safer, which is the highs on the daily, the close on the daily. So that's the last looking setup as well. Let's see if that pulls back in the next few hours. Dollar CAD, what does that give us? Dollar CAD, so we've had an uptrend. It's rejected the day 20 here, and it's broken up to just above these highs here. Looks okay. Looks okay, like it's going bullish. And if we look at the hourly chart, we can see that this is looking quite nice. So pip snatcher, it pulls back in the next few hours. We could get a nice pip snatcher long. But my first check, of course, is the MACD, and here we can see the MACD is much lower, the high on the MACD, much higher on the price action. So that indicates we're going to get some kind of reversal soon. Whether it reverses straight away or not, we don't know, but it's a bit too risky for a one-to-one pip snatcher, so I'll take it off my list. Dollar Swiss, what do we have here? We have a nice couple of bullish days, heading long, looking pretty good for a long trade. The hourly chart, first we look at it as a MACD, it looks very strong. That looks nice. The price action, we are wave 1, 2, 3, wave 4 pullback, and a wave 5 long would be nice. We have the 382 lines up very nicely with where the 1 hour 50 will be. Dollar Swiss, that's another 8 hours away before that sets up. And that gives that plenty of time for the 1 hour 50 to catch up and give us a, I'll just get rid of this for a moment, give us an IBOC long to the highs. So that's quite nice. And the other option, of course, if it doesn't pull back, then the other option I can see here, put a line back in, is for it to break away from the 4 hour 50, pull back to the 4 hour 50, and then we can take that long. But looking like it's a wave 1, 2, 3, this will be wave 4 pullback. Unless it goes wave 3 right up here, then wave 4 pullback. So keep an eye on that one. That's a fair way away from setting up. And there's 3 we'll quickly look at, which may set up later today or tomorrow. CAD Swiss, it's been drifting down for quite a long time. Let's have a look how it looks on the hourly. So we need to see proof that we've got an uptrend in place, so we're getting at the moment. Pretty much it's lower highs and lower lows. You only get it twice to change that. But still much a downtrend, so we need to see a break above the 4-hour 50, I'd suggest, and certainly this trend line here before taking it long. Let's keep an eye on that one. Euro CAD. So this looks like a very strong uptrend, and it's maybe reversing again. We've been seeing it quite a few times. It looks like it's reversing, but it hasn't. Now, I actually found a better level just above. This level up here is much stronger and would be a better place for it to reverse. So I would not be surprised if it did carry on going up a little bit higher before it reversed. On the hourly chart, we can see that we've got higher highs, higher lows. We need some proof of change of direction. So even an IBO would be a bit riskier, I'd say, unless we get a clear lower high and lower low beforehand as it sets up. Otherwise, wait for a break below the 4-hour 50 and the CBO. So just worth keeping an eye on. Last one, euro dollar. That's rejecting the level quite nicely. Bullish day, bearish day twice, two days last week. Looking like might go bearish again today. So this time we need it to break down. We did have a not really a great IBO short on Friday, but if we get a break below the 4-hour 50, a pullback, that could be nice CBO short for later today or tomorrow. So there we go. That's what I'm seeing. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So there's a few things there, and my video seems to be working. What am I doing here? Okay, so just keep an eye on that. There's a few things which may set up. A few things that look quite nice, but not very many of them. In general, the price actions are a little bit dodgy. As again, it's the last week of the trading year, so I don't think there'll be much action next week. So just keep an eye on those. It's always good to keep your eye in, keep looking out for those good setups, and training your subconscious to pick them up automatically. So it becomes much easier to create your watch list. Wish you all the best. If you're not a member of ProTrader, scottprotrader.com. Description has my link in it. Sign up for lots of free training, and you can come and join our community and learn the skill to change your life. I wish you all the best in the markets. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care.